So here we are, we're getting ready to go on vacation.
Woo!
So we're actually going to be spending a night in Victoria. We are taking the ferry over. We packed our stuff in that bag. Last night we stayed in a Walmart. In Port Angeles, and everybody else is sleeping yet. But you can see that there are a bunch of other RVers who stayed here. So like I said, we are going to drop Aunt Gladdy at, we talked to our campground yesterday where we're going to be staying come tomorrow, and they had dry storage. So we're going to park her there this morning quickly. And then we're heading over to the ferry, which is a 90-minute ride over to Victoria. So we decided to, you can actually take your RV over on the ferry, but we decided to go over and take stay in a hotel. And then also you can certainly park your vehicle here and pay, but here you're going to pay for the day fee, so you're going to end up paying 2 days even though it's only one night, whereas in the dry storage at a campground you're only going to pay for one night. So we end up paying $17.50 for our
for the dry camping spot.
Yeah.
And then we found parking here just for the truck for $10 a day, about a block and a half away from the ferry lane. So we're walking on. We packed everything into one big bag, which is way too heavy, and we're ready.
Here is a look at the inside of the ferry. This is the Black Ball line that takes you from Port Angeles, Washington to Victoria on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. And the closer we got to Victoria, the clearer the skies became, and we had a nice sunny ride at the end. Victoria really makes you feel great as a visitor. From the moment that you get off the ferry, there is music playing and there are multiple people standing with guide information and ready to answer all your questions to make sure that you have a great stay. Here you can see the Empress Hotel, renowned for its afternoon high teas, and then across the harbor you can see the Parliament building. We went on a Sunday morning and arrived just in time for their weekly treat of their water taxi ballet. After taking in the show, we headed to our hotel in order to drop off our bags. So we got here to Victoria, and the first thing that we did was to change our money. So Chris is figuring that all out.
Yes, so we've got some of the money. And what's really cool about it is it's color-coded here. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like 20s are green, 50s are red. It's so much easier to find the bills that you're looking for.
Right. Yeah, and so now we're sitting to eat lunch. We dropped our bag off at the hotel real quick, and now we're sitting in the harbor area eating lunch at Redfish, Bluefish, and I'll show you what it looks like. Mine's the salmon, and Chris got
cod.
Tempura cod.
Yeah.
And we're just enjoying the view, and the seaplanes keep coming in and landing. And there are the boats. So that's lunch. After lunch, we are off to Chris's favorite part of the trip, which was picking up our scooter. With our scooter, we headed north on the island to Butchart Gardens. Oh, they're gonna park us. One of the great things about scooters is that it's so easy to get parking, and even in cities it's great because you can really just hop off and park where you want to. So we spent our first afternoon at Butchart Gardens, and I will do a separate video to show you what that was like, but here's one photo just to pique your interest. Then we hopped back on our scooter and we put our jackets on this time because it was starting to get cooler in the evening, and we were coming back into the city in a different way by going along the coast. Here you can get a feel for what the coast looks like. On this side, you're looking over the water and into Canada. We followed the coast all the way back into Victoria to Fisherman's Wharf for dinner. Unfortunately, by this time my phone battery was completely dead and I have no footage of our dinner. We ate at the fish store and had raw oysters, British Columbia oysters, by the way, and fish tacos for each of us, and then also a smoked salmon and smoked tuna platter. It was delicious. Once it was nightfall, we walked back down to the Parliament building and the main harbor area to see all the lights. Victoria lit up at night is just breathtaking. Then we headed back to our hotel for some much needed shut-eye after a long day. Okay, it is Monday morning and we are getting all packed up. As you can see, all of our stuff really fit into that bag really well.
This thing's been a lifesaver.
Yeah, and this is our cute little hotel room. It's actually an inn, so we went with this one only costs $90 a night, and it's about, what would you say, Chris, like 3 blocks from Parliament?
Yeah, 3 blocks.
3 blocks.
Quick walk.
So very nice. So we're planning out the rest of our day. We catch the ferry at 3 to head back over to Washington. Here's the room so you can see it. For $90 a night. It's just older, you know. It's not a brand new hotel, but the nice thing about the older ones is they have the thicker walls as opposed to newer hotels where the walls are so thin. So anyway, you can see it's nice. And I actually took a regular shower for the first time in almost 8 months.
Yeah.
Haha.
She enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop back on the scooter and
More
start.
things to explore.
That's right.
So here we are on day 2 in Victoria, getting ready to head out and do some more sightseeing. Thankfully the scooter made it overnight, parked behind the hotel. Jenny's just getting the helmet on. We got our little
It's great. We took
bag
this
right in
little
there.
bag.
Yeah.
So we can put, it's great because we have this room to put stuff in and our maps and stuff.
Yeah, and when we get places, there's a nifty little way to stow your helmet so you're not worried about it getting stolen. It's nifty.
It's nifty.
Yes, I thought it was nifty. Clever. So yeah, the scooter is just made riding around so easy. Nifty. Well, that's true. That's why I ride a scooter.
To say nifty.
Did you really need to point that out? So, we're off for more adventures.
What was that?
My hog.
Your hog? Alright, let me have on here. Ready?
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
Made it.
I made it.
Good.
There we go. While we're out out on our morning bike ride here. Scooter ride.
Specific.
Sorry. We wanted to say that Chris's Aunt Judith actually made us a nice, really nice downtown map of here. Her parents have lived here for about 30 years now, and so she made us a really nice downtown map to help us to get around to all the sites. So we just saw mile zero of the Trans-Canadian Highway.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and right across the street from that is this beautiful overlook. And yeah, we're just enjoying the view now, but yeah.
Yeah, so here's the view of the water, but you can also see in the distance there, that's actually the state of Washington, and you're gonna have trouble seeing it. You can see mountains over there. You're gonna have trouble seeing through the clouds, but there actually is snow on the top, little patches of snow. The big sightseeing tour passing us. They're big little patches of snow up there on those mountaintops, so it's really, really a beautiful view, and we just have another great day weather-wise. We have 2 really sunny days in Victoria, so it's definitely worth an overnight stay.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if not longer.
You could come over and do a day trip, but I don't think you'd get much beyond the harbor area because there's so much to explore there. We'd love to stay another night at least. It's been just a great time exploring the island. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, yeah, thank you so much, Judith, for putting that information together. It was a big help, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Here is the Mile Zero Monument. Next, we stopped at Craig Derick Castle. It was built in the late 1800s for Robert Dunsmore, who was a poor Scottish immigrant who made his entire fortune on Vancouver Island in coal. This is part of Victoria's Chinatown, the oldest Chinatown in Canada and the second oldest in North America. Didn't see that coming, did you? Being from the East Coast, exploring a Chinatown on the West Coast is really a unique experience for us. We then continued our scooter ride through the downtown area. We came back to Fisherman's Wharf for lunch. The houseboats.
And the water taxi.
Which have been dying to go on, but we have the scooter, so we don't really have a need for the water taxi. So cute, look at that one. This time we ate at Barb's. Chris got her famous fish and chips, and I had the grilled salmon again.
Hey everybody, so unfortunately our time here in Victoria is quickly coming to an end, which we're sad about. We've had such a good, we've only been here about 24 hours, we've managed to do a lot of things and we loved all of it.
Right, so we just had to turn in the scooter, which I think was the low point of the trip.
Still a little sentimental about it.
Now we have to get back to the big D's.
He just made it worse.
I know.
The scooter, I mean, Victoria is fantastic. The scooter was a game changer for us. We zipped all over this island. It was so much fun. We got to see a lot of stuff.
We really did. And it also gave us a chance to see just the neighborhoods and things. It really gives you a feel for a place if you get a chance to just spend some time away from the bigger tourist areas and just being able to travel through the neighborhoods. It was really a nice way to spend our time here. So.
And Victoria, I mean, it's pretty busy, but it's at a really nice pace. Like, we didn't feel, it had been over a year since we had ridden on a scooter or anything, and it was very safe, it was very easy to get around, and a lot of other people were doing it. I mean, it's a common thing here, so yeah, it's a great town for getting around on a scooter.
And we have beautiful weather, so.
Beautiful, that's true too. That made a big difference. Both days, sunshine. Hey.
That's how, that's how if you actually get to see any real Canadians, because most of it's tourists, but we did get to talk to some Canadians.
We did, yeah. Hey, yeah, mainly at the establishments that we went to, yeah.
So we're just waiting for the ferry now. We're just downtown.
Yeah.
We just dropped off
back at the harbor.
Scooter. We're hanging out at the harbor. We had our bag with us, have our passports, so we're good, and we're just enjoying the beautiful day and waiting. We only have like a half hour to wait till we hop on the ferry and head back to Washington, go back to get Aunt Gladys, get her hooked up at the campsite, and back to normal life.
Yeah, normal for us.
So one of the funny things is though that the hotel that we stayed in, our one like vacation night, and we stayed in a hotel, and the bed was actually smaller than
than what we have on Aunt Gladys.
We went with the petite room, you know.
It was, yeah. It was the only one. Well, actually, there's more than one available, but that was the most economical choice, and we were happy to have the petite, and it lived up to its name. It was a cute little room. Had its own bathroom.
It did. The bedroom was, or the bed was full, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, what are the odds? We live in an RV, and a small RV, and yet we stay in a hotel, and it's actually smaller.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah. So we will see you on the ferry. Washington. We left such beautiful sunshine, and it looks like we're heading into some rain.
Mordor. Turn the boat around already.
So our ferry trip was pretty easy. On the way there, the ocean was really calm, so we barely rocked it off. On the way back, it was a little more rocky, so everybody was kind of having trouble walking for a little bit there, but most of it was pretty calm. And you can sit inside, there's all kinds of food and things, and you can also come outside if you'd like, although it's kind of a lot chillier since
brave the elements.
Well, they did end up letting us back into the country, you will be glad to know. Hey. And now we're just getting unpacked and setting up at our campground. And I'm going to give you all the details in the blog post in terms of the cost of our trip and how we managed to do it as RVers, leaving our RV and then traveling over to Victoria and back. So we had a great vacation there, a great time, and coming back was really easy. I had purchased seeds, flower seeds at Butchart Gardens, and so if you do that, they do tell you what to do. As soon as you buy them from the cashier, she actually tells you, she seals the bag for you and tells you what to do. So basically when you come back and you go through customs on this side, on the US side, when you give them your passport, you give them that bag of what you purchased with the seeds in it, but you keep it sealed. They'll tell you all that. It's really super easy. So then he knew exactly what I was talking about. And it was kind of funny, though, because they were like, you know, how long were you there? We're like, well, it's just one night. And he's like, and you're from Pennsylvania? And we're like, yep. And he's like, you drove all the way over here for one night in Victoria? And we were like, no, we're full-time RVers. To which we got an even more strange.
dubious look. Yeah.
Yeah, I think apparently, apparently super nice people that are young and full-time RVers have them on their guard. So.
That's right. Yeah, you looked a little suspicious at us. No
Right.
doubt.
But we did make it back, and we were grateful for our time there. And like I said, I'm going to put together all the information, including the cost, and I will put that link to the blog in the description below. So thanks so much for watching.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you next time.